Welcome to our second lesson on the character of Boxer in Animal Farm. We will now explore Boxer's identity as a lower-class worker. We'll examine how Boxer's hard-working nature, blind trust in leadership, and eventual exploitation and betrayal reflect the struggles and sacrifices of the proletariat. We will also explore how, through his tireless labor and unwavering dedication, Boxer can be seen as symbolic of the lower class, particularly those who had been involved in the Bolshevik Revolution in the hope for a better future. Let's dive in! Boxer dedicates himself entirely to the farm's labor with unwavering determination. In Chapter 3, it is noted that Boxer was the admiration of everybody. There were days when the entire work of the farm seemed to rest on his mighty shoulders. Boxer's relentless labor and physical strength symbolize the industrious nature of the working class. His willingness to work harder than anyone else and his vital role in the farm's operations reflect the dependency of society on the labor and effort of the lower class. Despite his contributions, he does not reap the benefits, mirroring the exploitation of lower-class workers. In this way, he is again similar to figures like Alexei Stakhanov, who was celebrated by the Soviet Union for his physical labor and doing the grueling tasks that those in power would shy away from but did not reap the same rewards, such as better food, facilities, and clothing, as those in charge. We have already discussed Boxer's blind trust in leadership in our previous lesson. Here we gain a deeper understanding of where this attitude stems from. It is symbolic of that held by many of the working class in Soviet Russia. Boxer's mantra,
"Napoleon is always right,"
demonstrates his unquestioning loyalty towards the leadership and is a reflection of this overarching attitude towards authority. Like Boxer, the Soviet working class often placed undue faith in leaders like Stalin, believing them to have their best interests at heart. This partly stemmed from the fact that they were uneducated and, therefore, did not have the means to see through the sinisterly effective propaganda that Stalin commissioned to be produced. Likewise, Boxer could not get beyond the letter D in the alphabet, which means he is unable to verify for himself whether Napoleon has changed the original commandments the animals had agreed upon or not. Therefore, as in the Soviet Union, Boxer's loyalty is exploited by those in power in Animal Farm. Napoleon, much like many real-world leaders, manipulates and controls Boxer and others to maintain and further his own position. Finally, Boxer's cruel end, where he is exploited and betrayed, is reflective of the mistreatment of the working class. He is used for his strenuous labor and then abandoned when no longer useful. This eerily echoes the way that farmers and miners were manipulated and duped by Stalin and his government in Russia, taking their grain and produce and giving them little in return. The disposal of Boxer is shown in Chapter 9.
"Fools! Do you not see what is written on the side of that van?"
shouted Benjamin, prancing round them and stamping the earth with his small hooves. The critical moment when Boxer is dispatched to the knacker, instead of being thanked for his unwavering loyalty and tireless work, exemplifies the betrayal and exploitation of the lower class. Boxer, despite his monumental contributions, is tossed aside when his usefulness has worn out. This mirrors the harsh reality faced by the working class, who too often see their efforts go unrecognized and their loyalty unrewarded. Such a betrayal amplifies the theme of exploitation of laborers in a corrupt society. Boxer's plight reflects the expendable nature of workers under exploitative regimes, where their worth is measured solely by their productivity. These points and quotes illustrate just how accurately Boxer personifies the characteristics and experiences of the lower class, shedding light on their hard work, loyalty, and the exploitation they face under oppressive rule. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. We discussed Boxer's hard-working nature, highlighting his relentless labor and dedication, which make him indispensable yet exploited. We examined his blind trust in leadership, which exposes his vulnerability to manipulation. Finally, we looked at Boxer's tragic betrayal, where his immense contributions are met with abandonment, reflecting the harsh reality faced by many lower-class workers. Through Boxer's journey, we gain insight into the struggles, sacrifices, and exploitation experienced by the working class under oppressive regimes. Remember to keep revising this lesson and see you next time.